Now to the Eastern Cape. 2 of the 4 eNgcobo children allegedly killed by their mother have been described as smart learners with a bright future. Gulandora Primary School held a memorial service for eNCA and Lizalize Simayile in the Eastern Cape earlier today. The mother allegedly used a sledgehammer to bludgeon her 4 children to death. Some of the first people at the crime scene were teachers from the school. Our reporter Ronald Masinda has been following the story, joining us now from eNCA East in the Eastern Cape. Ronald, such a tragic story. Children from the school where 2 of the children went, they spoke about these 2 pupils who were brutally killed. What did they tell you?
Well, Sally, good evening. Well, eNCA and Lizalize Simayile, what we heard from the people that were at this memorial service was that they were learners who enjoyed going to school. They were hardworking, of course, attending grade 3 and grade 5. And also they were respectful of their peers as well as the elderly in their communities. There were about 400 people in attendance at this particular memorial service. And one of the messages that I perhaps think stood out was made by a religious leader who said that now it's high time that if people go through some emotional issues or mental illness challenges, that they should speak out and that their families should also assist them in their battles, perhaps alluding to what people have been saying about the alleged perpetrator, the mother who killed the 4 kids. This incident, of course, Sally, took place almost a week ago, in the early hours of Wednesday morning. The father of the 32-year-old was also in attendance. We will hear from him a bit later, but let's take a listen to what some of the kids had to say earlier.
Lizalize bendimazi ibingumntana olungileyo othi xa ungenayo into akunike. Ibingumntana othanda ufunda. uENCA yena ibingumntana okhutheleyo othanda ufunda incwadi zakhe. Besidlala simane besitshibiliza simane sidlala. uENCA ebengumuntu ohlekisayo. Mane ngihlekisa oko.
Yeah, those poor school children also, I would imagine, completely traumatized to lose 2 of their classmates. Now, the mother, Nombuleko Simayile, who's believed to have done this and killed her 4 children, you've spoken to her father, obviously the grandfather of the children. What has he told you?
So this is where, for me, the story really gets tricky, Sally, because since we've been speaking to the grandfather of the 4 children, he says, Sally, that in as much as he's grieving, he's going through a lot of pain, he doesn't believe that his daughter did this on her own. He believes that evil spirits were behind this. And he says that he forgives the daughter for those actions because she didn't act alone. But he also went on to say, Sally, that he was the person who broke the news to the estranged husband of Nomboleko, a man who lives in Cape Town. We do know that what came out of court last week during a first appearance was that there was a protection order against her, and this protection order was made by the girlfriend of the father of the 4 children. So this is what the grandfather had to say earlier when I spoke to him.
Ukufumana kwami phone uthi ayisabele nani ngicela uNomboleko ubabulela abantwana bakhe.
And we do know that the mother of the 4 children apparently confessed to this crime. Do you think she's likely to get bail?
Before I mention that, Sally, just to take the viewers back on what took place on Wednesday morning, and this is according to the grandfather. So he was the first person at the crime scene when Nomboleko made that confession that she had killed her 4 children and that she had to kill them before she killed herself. Now, it was soon after that apparently the mother tried to run away from the crime scene, and then the community came in and helped the police in making that arrest. But just to answer then your question, having spoken to the NPA, they believe that she shouldn't get any bail for the crime that she committed, that this is a sign of her being suicidal and that she may be she may be forced to take her own life if she gets bail. We do know that the bail hearing takes place on Thursday. Now, this is taking place a day before when the 4 children are laid to rest in eNgcobo. So this is all playing out in a different sort of manner, Sally, in terms of what the family wants. The family wants the mother to be available at the funeral. This is what the grandfather of the 4 deceased children told us earlier today, that it is our custom that a parent must be there and to witness the children being laid to rest. But the NPA says no to bail, and it will be interesting to see how things unfold on Thursday in court.
Yeah, that's such a difficult one. You know, the woman who has confessed to killing her children, should she be at their funeral? Thank you so much for bringing us the latest on that story. A report in the Eastern Cape, Ronald Masinda.